But I've come to the conclusion that I'm just nothing without my funnel diagram in my YouTube videos. It's actually like crazy. There's like months in 2024 where I was down bad. I actually lost money one month. I was like 30K or something. But when you're doing like 600K MRR at the time, to lose 30K is a lot.
I hate the feeling that my life is deterministic. Quality of my subjective experience is like mostly just up to me, right? And if I think that I'm more capable of doing things, I'm much more likely to be able to go and do them. Welcome to The Five, my podcast with Matthew Larson, where we talk about 5 things that we are doing today in our business to improve our revenue and increase the quality of our lives. Matt, how you doing today?
How are you, little dog?
Fantastic.
I missed you.
I missed you too, man.
Yeah, you just like
wait.
You just are recording in like some blinds or something like that.
Yeah. It's my girlfriend's living room. Unfortunately, I'm on the go today. I don't yet have internet in my apartment, and I wanted to make sure that we could sort this out. Funny story, Matt and I tried having a call, and he told me that I looked like a thumb, like a 1-pixel thumb. So it turns out I can't use data for these pods. And yeah, I thought I would actually make it happen today, man. Really wanted to chat with you.
You thought you were going to use a hotspot for a podcast.
I tried. It did not go well.
That makes sense now.
Doesn't matter how much money you spend on internet, you can't use a hotspot for a 1080p podcast.
You can have 3,000 paying school members, but you can't even get a podcast.
2,900, but thank you.
2009. Okay. That explains.
How's the MRR going, Matt?
My MRR is not so good. My R is really good. MRR, not the best though.
You got the nicest R.
I'm all about R. You know what I mean?
You're in your R arc. That's cool, man.
Yeah. Well, MRR is really not inspiring. Like 100 and something K.
Okay. I mean,
that's actually gone up a little bit, but
better than 99% of human beings will ever even.
I know, but it's not that inspiring is what I mean.
For sure. Not compared to your target audience, I guess, for your mastermind stuff.
Yeah. My R is good.
You want to start us off with a point, bro?
It's not recurring, it's reoccurring sometimes.
Right.
If they don't churn.
Yeah.
70% of my clients churn on the first order. What does that say? You think that's a good thing or you think that's bad?
This is your point, right? This is point number 1.
It's not my point. Might as well.
My point is you should aim for at least a 70% month 1 churn.
It's not even month 1 churn. It's like week 1 churn.
Jesus, man.
It's more like they buy 50 leads and 70% never buy again.
It's because you bully them, probably. Like
I don't bully them. It's literally been like that for 12 years in any industry or vertical.
Your churn is 70% right off the bat. My churn, not 70% week 1.
Yeah. But those 30%, like it adds up.
Definitely. No, I feel you. And I think because you're probably doing like higher ticket stuff, it doesn't matter as much. Hey, dude, do you know anything about these? This is like a girl thing?
Probably a girl thing. I literally have no idea what I'm looking at.
Yeah, right? I know. So I went over so I'm at my girlfriend's house right now, and there's just shit like this everywhere. Apparently this is called a diffuser.
Sure. I've read about it.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen one.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I just wanted to see if maybe I know you're living with your girlfriend now. If you knew anything about this witchcraft.
She has a pestle and mortar in her house.
Was this the 14th century?
Yeah. Well, I always bring it up. And she's like, oh my God, it's to make saffron.
Saffron?
Yeah, she or something, I think. But she watches this, so I'm sure I'll hear what it's used for.
How dare you, blah, blah, blah.
No, she's not like that.
Nick's hair is way nicer than yours.
She told me today that our podcast is so good.
Really?
She did.
Let
me see what she said. Babe, your podcast is great. She texted me.
We're pulling up receipts here. Okay.
Yeah. And then I said, thanks.
Did she want something from you or?
Not that I know of.
Fight or
if she did, like she didn't get it.
Power to her. Clever girl.
Yeah.
Listen, Matt, we should talk topics.
I got a good point. And then, let's see this. My point was I texted it to you, but you were on data, so I forgot. This was Sunday, and we're trying to do this.
Right.
But I've come to the conclusion that I'm just nothing without my funnel diagram in my YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Sucks to say, but just nothing without it, Just like any other YouTuber who's making claims, not proving them, yapping. With my funnel diagrams, I used to be the man for like that 1 week period in 2024, early 2024. I was literally the man. And since then, it's just like, it's not great. It's not great. But I see that funnel diagram, like people just saying they made it. It's in thumbnails. I was talking to someone who didn't know it was made by me, who had it like on their wall in their house,
They printed it out.
Yeah, they printed it all on like a real like a painting almost.
Oh my god, it's like a Van Gogh.
So either they were just pretending they made it, or they just really liked it. But yeah, I'm nothing without it. I recorded 10 YouTube videos. I'm gonna do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and they all are just me going through new ones that I made up. And I think that's really, really, really good. So I got some stats to prove it, because I just posted every day for like 2 weeks to just see what happens based on RevTrack, like that software that is like Hyros for YouTube.
Yeah.
It tracks clicks. Let me pull it up actually. So hopefully I don't make too much noise pulling this shit up. You know how it gets.
All good.
But I posted one yesterday that had I get like 700 views. I'm not you. So we'll just bear with me here.
All good.
Just bear with me here. So 740 views, 35 link clicks, 24 email signups.
You got 35 link clicks? You got 5% click-through rate.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good, eh?
Dude, I feel like that's incredible. I feel like mine's like 2%.
I hear that people get I hear like a benchmark for people aim for is to get 0.3% call booked rate. I mean, that wouldn't really apply to you, but if you're trying to sell something, 0.3% is considered good, allegedly.
All funnel. So, I mean, how many, my math ain't so good, but how many would that mean for you? How many clicks?
So calls, so 740 times 0.003 would be 2 calls, 2.22 calls, and I got 4 calls.
Yeah.
So totally. I got 0.6%. So I got a 5 point, what is that? So I got a 4.72% technically click-through rate, but 56% of those clicks sign up for the email list.
Oh, okay. They take the lead magnet.
Yeah, they take the lead magnet, but almost all of your calls will be from your email list if you're trying to get book of calls. But then I'm comparing this to one that I posted called the 3 best agency models to get to 10 million a year, right? It was a decent video, I thought. 1,460 views versus 740 here. That one got 7 clicks and almost twice as many views, or almost exactly twice as many views. It got 20% of the clicks. So it's literally 10% as many clicks from that video if it was equal.
Wow.
And it got 0 calls booked.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to get business, get RevTrack. If you ever watch a guy named Film Booth or Creator Booth or Ed Lawrence, it's all the same guy on YouTube. It's his SaaS. And it's kind of like Hyros. If you read ads before, you probably know what Hyros is. It's essentially the same thing, but YouTube, which is tracks versus with code, UTM codes, basically. So I got my assistant to back add every single YouTube video I ever made into this. So it's good. You can see what kind of stuff works, but it's bad because if you want to bulk edit your YouTube description, it ruins all the links. So that's not really an option anymore. But it's interesting. So today from YouTube, just today, I got 103 clicks. Or sorry, this is yesterday. Today hasn't. So I got 103 clicks from YouTube. I don't know. That's just all clicks. I guess it would be clicks to my lead magnet page because that's the only thing that has the code on it.
How many views did you get in total?
I got 103 clicks. I got 59 email signups and 5 calls booked.
But I mean, how many views did you get on?
Oh, how many views yesterday?
Yeah.
Yesterday I got 1,393 views.
1,393, and then you said you had 105 clicks. I mean, that's 7%, dude.
Yeah.
Wow,
it's pretty good.
Yeah, that feels awesome. So you know how you told me every day for a month that I needed to get RevTrack, and then I would of course I'll get it, and then one day I was like, hey man, I'm getting it today, and then I didn't actually I didn't get it, so I don't.
That'd be way more useful for you than me.
I'm thinking it'd be useful for both of us because we'd be able to cross compare stats now that I'm thinking about it.
Because you can put it on schools, I think.
Can I?
Yeah, I think so. Let me
Wow.
see.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'm looking
Either,
at
well, this is going to sound stupid, but you can either put it on school or you specifically can't put it on school. I can't remember what he said. It's got to be one of the other.
either the thing or it's the
Yeah.
exact opposite of the thing.
So you either can or you either can't. Let me check. uh, no, he said you can't use it on school yet. He said yet.
Dude, you got 5 subscribers on June the 2nd, man.
Yeah, I know.
You're cooked, man. It's game
June
over.
the 2nd, only 5? That is cooked.
Holy shit. Well, you must have got a massive unsubscribe rate. You probably said something offensive again.
Yeah. 5 subscribers.
Okay, anyway,
tough.
We should probably not look at stats now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, but it's interesting, because the one video I've posted in like at least a dozen videos that actually has the Miro board stuff is getting over 10 times the clicks as the other ones.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, the thing, like when you know something, like I know for literally the last 11 months, I'm nothing without my Miro board videos, but I just didn't do anything about it. You ever like do that? Just like that, and then you just never do anything?
Intellectually, but you haven't like internalized it, like how important it is.
Yeah, because like I'm never going to get the amount of views that you get, in my opinion, let alone the amount of views like an actual entertainer person would get. So I'm going for calls only, because I get about $500 in YouTube ad revenue a month. Like that would be a good month for me if I post it consistently. It's not pays for coffee, maybe not even.
Yeah, not your coffees, man.
Yeah, doesn't even pay for coffee and the nicotine gum, let alone rent.
Hey, what's up with the nicotine gums?
Well, I saw this thing once that to be in the top 0.1% requires 3 things. It requires caffeine, nicotine, and God. So I like did the caffeine and the God, and now I'm doing the nicotine, and they're onto something.
Interesting. When you like do it, it's a patch, I take it, right? Like in your mouth.
I do gum.
Yeah, and then you like make it into a thing, and then you kind of like not pouch, like stick it in the top corner of your mouth.
You could do that. Like there's a lot of them. Like if I haven't seen any pouches that are just pure nicotine. Like the nicotine supplements they're like for people who are addicted to cigarettes, who like don't like just feel like they're addicted to nicotine.
Yeah.
Or maybe they are, I don't know, like you debate addiction. But I watched an Andrew Huberman podcast. Actually, my girlfriend recommended it to me, where he goes down nicotine, and like if you separate nicotine from actually smoking, it's like you can like if you have over 90 IQ and can mentally separate those things, like nicotine has upsides. There's definitely downsides like heart like stress and stuff, but it does make you focus. Like, and I am all about just giving it a go, Do
you think there's something, I know this isn't related, but is there something about the like addictiveness correlating with your work, and then you become kind of addicted to work by proxy?
It could be, but I'm a big proponent of whatever works.
Yeah.
So you just have your cold brew, and then you have your nicotine gum in, and you have these headphones on so you can't hear anything. Earplugs with the headphones. You're in your closet. You have a timer. You have your list.
Get the nose plug things, the thing that.
Yeah, the nose strips would be good too. Yeah. So that's how we get work done.
Dude, you should rock up to the podcast one day with all of those things.
Sometimes I even put my sunglasses on. One sec, I'll get them.
You're not getting the sunglasses. Matt's bringing up the sunglasses for us. This is what work looks like, ladies and gentlemen, at the highest level. That's what success looks like. It's a picture of success.
Yeah, I can't hear a word you're saying because these are seriously noise canceling, but you got to also put the hoodie on.
You put the hoodie, like the literal blockers up, dude?
Yeah. Like,
that's next
you got to put the hoodie on if you want to actually.
God. I used to
if you want to actually succeed.
Yeah.
If you want to accomplish anything in life.
No, if you don't do this, it's impossible to get to over 10,000 MRR. Like it's
actually impossible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. But yeah, I'm nothing without those Miro boards. So I literally, I've literally bookmarked to my browser one for everything. I got one for paid ads, content, outreach, partnerships, funnels, sales, offers, fulfillment, training, automations, mindset. Oh, good one. And I just am gonna like make them all once video and then just make them better. Make the exact same video over and over, but more in depth and better until they're just huge mural boards.
Are you going to like duplicate it and then add on to it or something like every time?
Probably just going to have it in the exact same video.
Okay.
Or the exact same mural board.
That's pretty funny.
So like, and then in like a year, they'll all be masterclass worthy. And then I'll make 6-hour long videos every day.
You're going to pull a Nick Sarajev and just get all the compilation stuff?
Yeah, that worked
You're
pretty well.
You're going to talk about slightly different things every time you go through it, right?
Yeah, I'll definitely title it better, like different lessons, but I'll have the same stuff.
Yeah. That's cool, man. Great strategy.
Yeah, because I feel like drawing shit like that is very good to penetrate the mind of the masses. You have a diagram or some shit, you know?
Yeah, they like the perception of complexity.
They love it. Well, and like I feel like a lot of people like literally can't think without one.
They can't think without the mural board?
Like a framework.
Well, yeah, for sure. It's a guidepost, you know. Like,
I'm not really disparaging. Like, obviously, everything when you're learning is better with a framework, but I feel like a large percentage of people like you need it.
It's like your anchor. You know, there's just no real way to distinguish signal from noise when you're at the start line of something. So, yeah, you know, it's just it's a heuristic. It's like this stuff's good. Other shit isn't. Just do this stuff. I feel that way about Maker School, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that I used to think was true. I don't think is true anymore.
Yeah. All that stuff about the, yeah, anyway, let's not talk about that. I want to get again.
No, I still believe that stuff. But what are you doing these days? Please tell us.
Yeah, so my first tip's pretty simple. Just this is a Whoop band, and I love it to death. It tracks my sleep, and it tracks a bunch of other health things. Unfortunately, I've realized that I have grown almost like dependent on what it tells me in the morning. If I had a good night's sleep the night before, I invariably will think that I'm more capable that day. And so I usually get more done, and I'm very productive, and I'm locked the hell in, like you with your little hoodie thing, energy going on.
Mm-hmm.
But on days where I have poor sleep, I let that dictate the rest of my life. So it says, hey,
so you're getting placeboed?
I get placeboed. You had a really rough night last night. It says like 5.5 hours of sleep, 73% score. And then, you know, like I placebo myself into performing worse over the course of the rest of the day. I convince myself that, you know, because I didn't sleep, I'm necessarily going to be slower at this. I'm going to be worse at this. And I realized the other day, I got invited onto a call with this guy, Mark Tomlett. He runs a voice agent community. Mark, if you're watching this, you're cool as hell, dude. He basically like had a little guest community call thing, and he invited me on, and he just interviewed me because a lot of the people in the program were familiar with me, and you know he was familiar with me, and I think I helped him get a start or something along those lines. Anyway, I crushed that. Like I did really, really well on that, and I was operating off of like 4 hours of sleep, piss poor. You know, subjectively, I felt terrible, but then I did pretty well. And that's because I didn't check my Whoop band that morning. You know, I just had to jump right into the call. So anyway, what I guess I'm trying to say is I feel like I've in a way grown dependent on what the health tracker and health optimization metric says. I think that something I'm going to do moving forward is I'm going to use it when I can, and I'll probably log this stuff, but I'm not actually going to look at the sleep score until like the day after. You know what I mean? I don't want that to have any sort of impact on my performance. I don't even want like the idea that I'm not at 100% every day to even like, you know, start permeating the work that I do, because I don't think I'm going to be as productive if I don't. Yeah, if I do that.
I see. Have you considered just not letting yourself get placeboed?
Yeah, I have, Matt. And that's not how it works.
It's not working. I see.
I guess my mental fortitude isn't like yours.
Yeah, like
just not. Yeah,
you should just throw it out if it doesn't. If it doesn't like if you don't like what it tells you, that means it's wrong.
You know, it's funny. I do think that you have so much more control over how you feel at any given point, as well as your performance, than most people give themselves credit for. And I think that one of the reasons why I dislike being a slave to my little Whoop band, despite the fact that it has done objectively a lot of really great things for me, is I just hate the idea that something else kind of like I hate the feeling that my life is deterministic. It's like, if you have shitty sleep, then your day will be poor. I just hate the idea that I'm that. And I think that there's so much more power in, like the quality of my subjective experience is like mostly just up to me, right? If I think positively, and if I think that I'm more capable of doing things, I'm much more likely to be able to go and do them. There are millions of studies on this. The opposite of this is learned helplessness. And yeah, I just don't really want to be a slave to any sort of tracking or any sort of metric. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. You think that's a little soft?
I think I'm just a little soft.
Oh my God, my Whoop told me I had a bad sleep.
Well, obviously I'm not like crying a freaking river, man. I'm talking about performance margins here.
We're my Whoop like told me I can't try hard today.
We're talking about like 5%, I'm not letting this thing own my ass. Relax. But you know what I mean, right?
I do. I threw out my WAP the first time that I didn't like what I telling, and my girlfriend like unthrew it out and gave it back to me after a week later.
Yeah. You're on that Oura ring shit now, right?
Yeah. My sleep score was 89 last night.
Jesus. I don't know. Mine was probably like 55. Something horrendous.
The first time I did it, I got a 22 sleep score.
Yeah.
And everything was red. Yeah. And then ChatGPT told me it doesn't see how that's possible.
It doesn't see how it's possible for a human being to fuck up that bad.
Yeah, to get 22%. Like
wait, didn't you get it when you were like flying back from Dubai or some shit though?
Yeah, I ordered it to Dubai. Yeah, but like the ChatGPT said the most likely thing was or made a mistake. That my sleep score was so bad.
You feed it in. It's like, that must be a glitch. You're totally.
Yeah, this is bullshit. But but what are you gonna do, right?
Yeah, no, I feel you. I think there's an 80-20 there, right? Like it tracks my heart rate, it tracks my sleep. It can tell me trends in behavior. I just don't want to be fragile. I don't want to be like this on a day-to-day basis. I can be like this over a long period, but not like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. That's my point.
I understand. I understand that you were attacked by your aura.
Mr. Larson here needs some little gum to perk up in the mornings.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Or whatever you say, big guy. Anyway, you want to move ahead with your point?
I can't even get 1 minute of work done without my entire routine.
Without the whole stack.
Yeah, and that's after my 3-hour morning routine. If I don't get my 3 hour, I just don't even do anything. But yes, like I was actually, I think you kind of shit on me here. Like my second point that I was going to talk about is track as much as possible with your.
Oh, that's why you didn't like what I was saying.
Yeah, that was stupid.
You're a little vindictive. Where does all this come from?
Yeah, like you just kind of like just like ruining my thing here. So it's just like my thing I was going to talk about is tracking as much as possible, specifically a few things. Okay, I'm writing them down so I don't forget.
Okay.
The first is I have a spreadsheet, Google Sheet spreadsheet that has 4 columns. And this actually gives me mental fortitude, So 4 columns. 1, and I do it every day, first thing when I get in. So I will put all income for the previous day. Basically, that's like 3 bank accounts. I only check it if it goes to my bank account.
Right.
So income from 3 different companies in there in spreadsheet tab 1. The next one is personal expenses. So anything that I have deemed to be personal, kind of self-obvious. And then business expenses, but I also code it inside there. I'll just say this is from whatever business it is. So I have those 3 tabs, and then I have like a overall tab for the month that goes over total revenue. It goes over personal expenses, then business expenses, then total expenses, then net revenue, then how much I would pay for an S Corp in Florida tax, and then it goes after tax income, after tax, after all expense income.
Right.
And then it separates it out if I want to by the business, but I usually just look at the full one. And it's like a lot better, in my opinion, to have just basic understanding of what you do, because even with basic understanding, you're going to be, I don't know what the word is, help me out here, more aware. No, that's not what I'm going, but you're just going to act on it more.
Yeah,
I guess you could say.
For sure. Yeah.
So I have
focus every morning.
I backdid this, and I have from January 2024 to today every single income, personal, business expense on that like main dashboard, so I can see it month by month. It's actually like crazy. There's like months in 2024 where I was down bad.
Really?
Like, yeah, I actually lost money one month.
How
Like
much?
total. I was like 30K or something. But when you're doing like 600K MRR at the time, to lose 30K is a lot.
Was this in your arc where you were spending like $10,000 a month on DoorDash?
No, that's just my life. This is when I was like in my big spending arc for like 3 months.
Yeah.
But then on top of that, like the other things I've been tracking is my aura. I actually find myself doing more steps because I have it. I know you can track steps on anything, but so that's a positive development. But then I also like actually synced you know how you can sync every scale to the app basically? I actually did that, and I find myself way more focused because I'm like not a skinny person problem. Like if I ate whatever I want, I would be like 400 pounds, and I'm not even 30 yet. So when I'm 40, I'm definitely gonna have to do it. And I found myself like eating way better, just like checking it a bunch of days, just like seeing it, like instead of having to manually enter it, it's not like a big deal.
Yeah.
But it's just like having all this stuff, I just actually like, it's like a game almost, which couldn't hurt, I guess, in comparison to not even like thinking about it at all.
Yeah.
Like when I go like, oh, I only spent like $2,000 yesterday. Like, awesome. You know? And then I actually like text my mom. Like, I only spent 2,000. She's like, yeah. But then I also got something called Rescue. Like the big one for business is I got one called Rescue Time.
Yep.
You know that one?
Yeah, I've heard of Rescue Time.
It's the first time I ever heard of it.
Or whatever.
I don't use it for blocking, but I spent like 3 hours setting it up. So it's on my phone using a hidden API that was a bitch to set up. And it's on my laptop and it's on my Mac. So you can see no matter what device, because I have an iMac desktop I'm on right now. I actually prefer that. But I can see and I spent so much time. It's actually kind of sucks if you don't spend a lot of time setting up the categories. But if you do, it's pretty awesome. So I can actually see across all devices, like every second that I was unactive for that tab. And it's not good news. It's not good news how I spend my time. So since then, I've used the feature and actually blocked all social media. I used to have my messages tab whitelisted, like Twitter/messages, but even that
does not work. Huh?
I have deleted the YouTube app and like really, well, what I did was I deleted the YouTube app and use YouTube in my browser so I can still get it on my phone, even if so the shorts, it's like not easy to access shorts because that's like I just like will get lost in shorts for like no reason. So basically you go into your browser and you request the desktop version. You just put that in Safari and then it's very hard to access shorts. It's also hard to just use it, so you just use it less, but you still can. Because I feel like when I've taken it away, like the thing that messes me up about YouTube is a lot of the time to get into Google 2-factor authentication, I have to go and at my YouTube app. That literally actually ruins my life. I'm like,
I know. It's like you just get pulled back into it and then game over.
So I deleted that as my thing too, so that shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
But it's like of a 16-hour period that I'm awake, I would be wasting at least like 7 hours like scrolling.
That's pretty brutal, man. That's definitely pretty brutal. You know what? You have some of like the craziest resilience and fortitude out of any guy that I've met. But I also think, just making an observation here, you're also extraordinarily intelligent, and intelligent people need stimulation. And so
I get easily distracted.
You get so locked in these stimulation loops. And I think that honestly, I feel like for people in your situation, you kind of do have to just cut everything out. Like I
bet you I watched 30 hours of Suits shorts a month.
You're at Suits now. Well, it's better than League of Legends. We're making some progress.
Well, yeah, my algos got over to Suits now. Like, I bet you I watched 30 hours of Suits and like Game of Thrones shorts combined in a month.
Dude, am I like, if you're Harvey Dent, I'm like Mike.
Yeah.
That's like, am I right?
Yeah, you're like Rachel.
Shit, dude, I'm married into royalty. No problem. Let's go.
Yeah. But it's just one of those things, like, but I don't know how much money I make per hour. Like, it's hard to just say, but if I made $2,000 an hour, I was $60,000 watching Suits a month. Suits shorts, not even episodes.
Shorts, man. Dude, I heard this rule, where like you just don't watch any content that's less than 5 minutes, and that's your rule. What do you think about that?
You know that guy Charlie Morgan? He actually did a thing today that the first video I watched on my request browser on my Safari app.
Yeah.
And it was like why short form content ruins your life.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
Is that like kind of what he was saying? Like no, like long form's fine, but short form
no? I literally am so fried that I can't even remember what he was saying, but I agreed with it at the time.
I think like the main issue with short form content is just the fact that it forces you into like an earlier state of evolution. It's like flashy lights, it's funny sounds, it's hyper edited, it's really fast. And that just appeals to like the monkey inside of you, not like the civilized.
Now I know what he says. He says the only short form content you ever see is the only stuff that goes viral. And that's why it's so addicting.
Oh, that's an interesting point.
Because like literally every short form thing, you only seeing it because it's gone viral.
So it's hyper optimized to basically like hijack your awareness. Like it has survived the.
It's a big variety going viral. Like you see like a bunch of dudes getting like, maybe not, maybe up here on Twitter, something, a bunch of dudes getting like shot or something. And then you see some like a love story, and then you see like a puppy, and then now you see like a train crash. And like, it's like everything viral and then all different. So you just keep, it's you like, just keep watching it over and over.
Wake up in the morning, grab a glowing horizontal block, see train crash that kills 700,000 people, see cute puppies, see like, racist conflagration of a church.
Yeah. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
This is like, modern living, folks.
Yeah. So you do short form content, maybe not to that extent, but how is your Instagram going? I see you almost have 200,000 followers.
Are we almost at 200K already?
Yeah. I spy on you a little.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're also like one of like 15 people I follow, so there's not that much of a.
No, fair enough, man.
Not much chance.
Keeping tabs on me.
Yeah.
The Instagram.
Keep tab on your YouTube more.
The Instagram's going well, man. I'm experimenting with the sponsorship-based system on the Instagram. I don't think that there's any inherent reason why I wouldn't want to do it on my Instagram. Because the way these videos are, is they're basically informational news style content where I say, hey, you don't need insert platform name anymore because there's this new tool out there that is way cheaper and it's better and it's free. And you just click this button to sign up. So I basically, if you think about it, what I'm doing on every one of these videos is I just advertise a tool, or I give away some resource, or I give away some free link. I was chatting with a few people that are big into sponsorships and like affiliates and stuff. And they were like, dude, like how much money a company typically pays for that sort of stuff? And I was like, there's no way that they pay for that. And they're like, no, they do. And they'd be willing to pay a lot of money. And then I was like, well, it doesn't make sense for me because, whatever amount of money they'd be willing to pay me would not like positively outweigh the perceived credibility impact of like me taking a sponsorship, right? And then they were like, well, like, okay, what if you didn't change anything about the content you were making at all? And it was the exact same video. And I was like, well, I don't think that's realistic or reasonable. Anyway, so one of the guys that I'm talking with about this was like, no, I actually already found you a company. Here's the company. They are okay with you just like doing the exact same thing you already do. You don't have to send it in for revisions or whatever. Just record the video and you'll make $5,000. It's like $5,000 US dollars? He's like, yeah, $5,000 US dollars. I was like, okay, well, like, hold up a sec. Because I publish 30 videos a month. How many of those videos can I realistically and reasonably monetize? He's like, between 20 or so. And I was like, so that's like an extra $100,000 on like a 5K sponsored video. He's like, yeah. So I'm considering it. Obviously the rule would be I don't change anything about the content itself, but yeah, like it's short form content, man. It's like 15 seconds. You know what I mean? Like I'm not really convincing anybody as to my credibility or building any sort of like person. I don't think I am anyway. I may be mistaken, but I don't really think that that's what builds that relationship. I think I'm just like a news thing that's scrolling through people's feeds. Like, my long form content is fundamentally different. And I've resolved a long time ago to never take any sort of sponsorship for that. Aside from maybe some sort of like, I end up being an owner in a company like Alex Hormozy is in school. And then I end up, doing some promo that way. But it would have to be my own business, right? Like I advertise my own product because I believe in it. But yeah, man, this Instagram stuff,
Do you think your
totally different.
Instagram like even gets you any maker clients? Because it's like just news.
Dude, it gets me very few. I did the
I'd say
math.
like
I
that
think it gets
content
me
is
like,
that content. If we're going back to the rev track, would not
yeah.
produce a lot of clicks.
Well, clicks on the Maker School link.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't produce a lot of clicks on the Maker School link, but like it's really high intent, like massive top of funnel, I guess is what I'm saying, right? Just really
Mhm.
low bottom of funnel. So I don't know, man. I mean, I'm experimenting with this. We'll see how it goes.
I know two guys that are affiliate partners of mine who just like make shit like that on the side, and one of them makes 150K a month from brand sponsorships, and one makes like 70K, just like
seems
randomly
reasonable.
making shit.
Yeah, like in one video, I'm already out making my whole Instantly affiliate, and Instantly, cool company and all, and I've driven them tons of traffic. But like, if I could just do the equivalent in a single video, like that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
You should get like a agent.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm thinking. Basically, get some sort of agent that handles relationships like this on my behalf, and then also organizes stuff like that. Because if I could have just had like the bandwidth to reach out to all of my affiliate partnerships over the course of the last like 6 months, and then negotiate higher rates or negotiate something, I'm probably making like 4 times the affiliate revenue that I'm making right now.
I used to have this like agent company. It's called Backyard Ventures. WeAreBV.com
Yep.
for like a newsletter business. You should go there. I'm sure they could
Yeah.
get you some.
Yeah, I'll check that out. And speaking of the newsletter, I know this isn't related to what we're talking about, but I'm setting up the newsletter now. So I calculated, I sorted it out. We have 35,000 people, like 35,000 emails, which I think is it's a fair amount. A lot of those email addresses are from the low intent Instagram audience. So I don't know how high converting these are going to be. We're going to segment them, but a big chunk of them are people that have downloaded my lead magnets on Gumroad. And I think
Those would be good.
So we're going to take like a cutoff, like where like if you haven't got an email from me in like, I don't know, 2 or 3 months or whatever, I'm going to send you a reactivation sequence. And if you have, I'm going to send you the main sequence. And I'm taking your tips about not adding links and stuff like that as well.
Especially with these ones, like you should, if they don't open like the first 4, you should probably just kick them out.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't really mean anything.
Because like, if they don't open, that like really will impact your deliverability of the people who actually want to open it too.
Isn't it crazy that I still managed to scale this now to like 350,000 ish in just info product revenue alone?
Yeah, without a newsletter, it is crazy.
Optimized funnel, like isn't that wild?
It is. It is. It's a shame, but it's awesome. It is, and no email flows. Did you actually do those email flows that I told you to do?
The daily? No.
Nice. Love that.
I just don't feel in my core that like a daily sequence for everybody in Maker School would be good, man.
Mine works well. I have like a fraction of the users, but it gets like a 70% open rate.
What's your churn at now?
It's at 10.3%.
I publish so much content already. You know what I think it is? When I was publishing daily content, there was no need for that because you got like a daily thing. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, if I publish daily content, could I just add a link to my YouTube video in the daily newsletter?
Yep.
And won't that just immediately give me like 2,000 viewers? But it's offsite link though, so it's not like.
So offsite link, it'd be better long term if you said, I publish a new video, go search for Nick Sarayev something in the search bar instead of having a direct link.
That'd be really interesting to do.
Because then the direct link will hurt deliverability a little, but then it'll also like increase the amount of searches on YouTube for your name.
Yeah, you could totally gamify that.
And then it would also like some of the problems, as far as I am told, that when you have like a link click like that, you get a view, but it doesn't really count as an impression or click through.
Yeah.
So if you're really getting into the weeds on how it works in metrics, that's not great either. Like you have 2,000 views, 0 impressions. But yeah, I think email's the best in my opinion. Obviously, email doesn't work in isolation because you have to have people to email.
Yeah.
But you can reach your entire audience at once, guaranteed every day. There's no guarantee they see your YouTube video.
That's true.
It's a completely different. It's like the slowest form of content in no way. Like TikTok would be the fastest, and then Instagram, and then YouTube would be the second slowest, I guess. But like depending what type of video you make. Newsletter would be the slowest, and that's like the best for conversion. And then you can link people easily to whatever you want. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So like you could link them to webinar, a community, digital product if you want, all these kind of stuff, live workshop, all the kind of stuff. Newsletter in general, like newsletters, everything you do should be to drive people to your newsletter, and you're not even using your newsletter.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame. We could be so much more. But think about that. Just think about that. We could be so much more. It's awesome, but it's a shame. So please, like, tell us, enlighten us, your point.
You want to hear?
Before I get too depressed talking about your newsletter.
I mean, like the cadence and tone of voice completely changed ever since I brought up the newsletter. You just got sadder and sadder.
I know.
And sadder.
Well, you step out a newsletter-only business, 6.5 million subscribers.
Jesus Christ.
I know everything there is to know about a newsletter.
Yeah, you sold that one.
I bet you I did. I bet you I'd be like literally a top 10 foremost expert on newsletters.
On planet Earth.
I would say so.
Earth is pretty big, man.
Earth is pretty big, but they're really only a thing in the United States.
Yeah, all right. That's a fair point, actually. Well, anyway, I'll tell you my point. My point is about streaks. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to win any awards for this point, but it's about streaks. You know how earlier I didn't want to be a slave to my Whoop band, right?
Yeah, that was kind of...
But I don't really want to be a slave to streaks either. I was a massive slave to the streak of posting daily, which is fine. But I missed a daily update the other day. You know, like my daily updates channel. I do one every day. So I'd gone ahead and I'd recorded the daily update. Then I moved homes. And then, like, despite the fact that I recorded it and I packaged it and everything was ready to go, I just forgot to, like, click the button to freaking publish it. And then I lost it. And I woke up at like 3 a.m. You know, one of the reasons my Whoop band's so shit, because I woke up at like 3 a.m. and my heart just started going like, you know, like, you missed a daily update. And I was like, dude, I was so like destroyed by the fact that I missed the daily update. Because, dude, it's been 118 days of consistent daily publishing on that channel. And I broke the streak.
Is that why you told me you were going to, like, it's over and you're going to... Is that why you're texting me that at 3 a.m.?
You know what?
You're going to, like, kill yourself and stuff?
Yeah. That was the reason. Yeah. It was a rough day, man. I cannot believe I missed the daily update. But anyway.
Yeah, I got that text, and then I was just sitting in the beach club and just put my phone on DND.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. My hour of need.
Yeah. D&D. Back. So what I was saying. Please.
Well, I just I've realized that I don't like feeling like a slave to these things. A daily streak is not the thing. The thing is content. The daily streak is just an outcome or a byproduct of the content. You know what I mean? So I became addicted to one of the outputs, not the inputs. But one thing that I always talk about in my program is how the inputs are ultimately the thing that is going to determine where you land. So care more about the input than the output. Don't care about how the thing that you made looks after, and then like really worry about that. Like care about just your ability to consistently produce things. And I kind of lost that. So obviously I'm going to continue posting daily. It's called a daily update channel, but this was a good reality check for me that I think I've just been allowing tiny weird artifacts of the thing that I'm doing to start dominating my life more than the actual thing that I'm doing. That's what I care about at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like all of these tertiary metrics and whatnot that we're just talking about here. These are good to know, but the one thing that matters is that money check that you do every morning, right? Like that's the KPI of interest, not how long your streak is.
So you're all about getting paid now.
Yeah, I'm all about getting paid, man. I mean, like I was also sort of addicted to publishing content on my main channel every day for a very long time. And then when I stopped it, I just felt like weird. And you disagreed with that, I know, but I just felt weird about not doing it. I feel
you did it for a time. That time was really worth it.
Yeah, now I'm...
Did that time make you like $150K in like a month extra?
When I was doing like daily publishing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not just 150K a month. I was the fastest growing person in AI and automation, and not even like proportionally, just like absolute magnitude of my subscriber growth. For that like one blissful month, I think I gained like almost 40,000 subscribers. And like, you know, I'm a bigger channel, but I'm not like the biggest channel, you know?
Who's the biggest channel? Liam Otley?
I think so. Probably. I mean, yeah, it's like the godfather of the space. He coined the term AI automation agency, for instance. So yeah, he started this way, way before. I think he has like 500K subs or something. So still though, I was the fastest growing dude. I was crazy. So it worked really well. And then Make Your School signups went through the roof, and then I became the #1 school goat. So I'm probably going to like do something like that again. But anyway, to make a long story short, I just don't really believe in the idea of getting addicted to streaks. I don't really believe in the idea of like your Whoop band having control over how you feel. I don't believe in the idea of like some thing that's not the main thing controlling you. That's
you should do that again. I'm just checking your channel on my phone. January 10th, you got 4,365 views, and May 10th, you got 48,000. You like
we 12x
10x'd.
Yeah,
whatever that is. Yeah, like just keep doing that.
Yeah, but what you're not seeing is the relative view to subscriber ratio. The view to subscriber ratio fell off a cliff. That just means I'm like activating significantly less of my audience. We went from like almost 20% to 5%.
Views of view, no?
Yeah, views of view, exactly. But I also don't want to hamstring future views. Like that's very much hitting the diminishing return part of the scale, right? Like why would I push at the same clip if every push is giving me 1/4 of the result?
Yes, indeed. If you had your newsletter going at the same time, your email flows, you had a link in your description that was actually properly set up, like imagine.
Like with some rev track?
Yeah, like some, if you
right?
I would love to be added to your rev track.
You know, I feel like at a certain point, I just don't do any of this stuff because I know how much it pisses you off.
Well, you're not making me any less money by not doing it.
Just for the pleasure of having you.
It's literally like I'm gonna make $2 million a year less just to get Matt.
Because it pisses off Matt.
Yeah, just to piss off Matt.
Anyway,
I think you overestimate how much I pissed off. It's a shame, but I get disappointed all the time. So
right, no, because you always have Suits reels to watch after.
Yeah, just be watching Suits anyways.
Check out Mike, Rachel. What a romance, huh?
Yes, like it's literally the same Suits reels over and over. It's like the thing about
it's not even different ones.
Yeah, well, like you go through it for like 10 minutes, then just plays the same one. You're like, oh yeah, watch this.
I kind of remember that, but maybe I kind of forgot what went on there. Let me watch it again.
Yeah, like it's not even good. Yep. This guy makes $2 million less per year just to make Matt angry, and literally will make $50 million less over 5 years because he doesn't want to get on a phone call.
50 million over 5 years? You really think it was?
Well, that's exaggerated, but well, maybe not if you're a compound growth.
I don't really know if I'm capable of making that much money.
I don't know. Like it's hard to say. I would say 10 to 20 million over the next 5 years before taxes, just because he won't get on a sales call.
Not a fan of the sales calls.
I know. It's fine.
Not a fan of the sales call. You know, I'm actually traumatized by that sales call with you. And ever since then, I just haven't.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, I was really sold.
It's pretty rough, that one. Anyway, Matt, what is your point, my bro?
Yeah, me and Nick met on a sales call. Kind of. Not really.
I mean, like, we kind of did a little.
Yeah, it's like, this guy's familiar when I saw him in real life.
He's like, this guy's totally full of shit. Who the hell's...
Yeah, I was just like, dude, I'm on a sales call. I'm just like, it's like staring at him.
I was like so intimidated because I thought I was doing a pretty good job with your partner, man. Young guy, ambitious, intelligent, but like young guy. And then you rock up and you're like, to all the Spotify and Apple Music, Apple Podcast listeners, he was just staring at the camera with his mouth open.
It's a good face. Yeah, like, so why would we buy this? I'm confused. No, you're not confused, man. You're right. I just testing it. Where can I sign up?
A spitting killer game.
Yeah, my last point is I actually been training my employees again. Can you imagine? So I haven't trained an employee since I sold my agency. I haven't trained one seriously. You know, I would have been doing 2 full hours per day of employee training with like looms and SOPs and everything, checklists.
Yeah.
So I hired some people. I hired 4 people. One was from my audience. One was from my school group, actually. And then 2 were from remotelatinos.com.
There's a company called remotelatinos.com.
There is remotelatinos.com. And their main service is providing remote Latinos.
I feel like that the company name treats Latin people like a commodity. I don't understand how that company is okay.
Yes. Do you want any remote Latinos?
I don't understand this. It's like, damn. Remote. Anyway, I'm not going to continue that.
But it's actually very good. I'm not going to say his last name, but I've hired Ignacio and I've hired Marcela, from remotelatinos.com. One is from Costa Rica. One is from Argentina.
Nice.
So they're from South America, Central America. And I like it because these aren't like async jobs.
Yeah.
Like they have to actually be online when I'm online. It's not like they're just editing something or something. You know what I mean?
So that's why you got that's why I went for Latin America for time zone.
Yeah. Like Pakistan, India, Africa, Philippines. One, like, it seems like the Philippines, I don't not trying to make fun of it, like get hit by a hurricane, powers out like every single week. Like what is going on in that place?
Yeah. There's some geographical, tough life for sure.
Yeah. And then like Africa, I've had good people from Africa, bad people like anywhere else. In India, Pakistan, like even if they are like, I would just need like outside of development. I don't really like hiring from those countries, and this is not a development job.
Yeah,
so the remote Latinos are in the same time zone because it's South America.
Right.
I think they speak better English than most other places.
Okay.
And I would say their education systems are probably slightly better, at least in the roles that I need to.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to have at least. And for example, like the prices from mine, I'm paying $9 an hour, which is $14.40 a month, and $112, which is $1,800 a month. They're actually like very good. Like I would say I have no noticeable difference between someone I used to pay $5K per month as living in Florida and some person I paid $8K per month living in California. Like no noticeable difference. Because I think I don't like people working for me who either know me or know my content a lot.
Right.
I feel like they get learned helplessness, and I could just be my perception.
Interesting.
But these people like
know your content, like people that follow your channel. You'd rather not hurt.
Yeah, because if they come through my channel, they like presumably like admire me and think I'm the best, and they like literally devolve into they can't do anything unless I tell them.
Right. Because they respect the hell out of your opinion so much.
Yeah, and like I'm like prone to some crazy behavior sometimes. Like, so you can't like rule your employees through fear either, or else they're just like learn helplessness. But and then I kind of like hiring girls too because I just won't like ream them out the same way a dude. I just ream out a dude.
Interesting. It's like a learned behavior.
Yeah, like like Marcella, sweetie, like no. Instead of like you are literally a tariff on this company. We could divide your salary by 0 and it would still
whatever works, right?
Yeah, but like I think they're in general more like I hired one bad person from there, but that's like hiring one bad person from anywhere. But
yeah,
so I've been training them like 30 minutes each once per day. So 4 people, 2 hours. And I've actually been taking my own advice. I made checklists. I go through it on the call, doing the checklist, then they do it. And now they're trained. And I've actually in like literally one short week got my workload down like crazy. So I made 62 SOPs, I think.
Damn.
And then I'm trying to make some SEO sites. I'm trying to train my pay-per lead Facebook only affiliate that makes a lot of money, I guess, but doesn't really do anything. Having that, but also having SEO content sites that I could actually sell one day,
Right. Yeah.
Like NerdWallet or Lending Tree or there's one for senior. So that's an interesting thing to talk about actually. So I got 3 domains. I got fasteasyfinance.com, fasteasyhealthcare.com, and fasteasyseniorliving.com. So those are my three like general verticals, and I'm torn between them. Like Fast Easy Finance, I'm determined like between is that a scam versus that's what actually people want and it's great for SEO, you know?
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna go with it. And these were all like open domains too. I didn't have to pay for them.
Do you think that there's value in that though? I mean, like long tail, really low percent probability that SEO as a concept isn't just totally shit. No, like
I
there's no
agree.
SEO in the future.
So I wrote 5 differentiators. So I'm gonna make the sites easy. Ease of use is absolute bare bones, like not terrible, but bare
Yeah.
bones. I'm gonna have clear action steps. You know, like Dave Ramsey.
No.
Okay, well, we're not talking about that. He has like these 7 baby steps that you can use to get yourself out of debt. It's just like it's like he's famous for it. So on each site, I'm
Good.
gonna have these like a framework like that. We'll just say,
I think I need to remember to never say that I don't know a person on a.
yeah, you kind of just ruin it. And then I'm actually gonna try to. I'm probably gonna hire like a content team to just try to make like I think Morning Brew is a good example, or Duolingo is a good example of what I'm going for.
Right.
And I'm just going to try to make the good content. When it's good, I'm gonna like try to be like Iman Gaji and Andrew Tate and just get clippers and like horizontally scale across everything to try to make it famous.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, ease of use, clear action steps, viral content, hopefully. My fourth differentiator is just being better at advertising than any of these people.
Yeah.
It's just that one already exists. I have a check mark beside it on my phone that you guys can't see, but I can see. And then get this. I'm going to partner with someone on a pay-per-lead agency biz up. We're going to teach people to get their first agency client with a pay-per-lead model in my verticals, and they get it for $5,000, for example. They're going to pay me for the leads, and I'll be their fulfillment partner, kind of like they can do it themselves eventually. So if he gets like 500 people doing it, I'll have 500 partners. I'm going to get a shitload of revenue and a lot of traffic to all these sites. And like,
smart. Yeah. Oh, that's really cool, dude.
So hopefully that's going to be true. So Fast Easy Finance, I have business loans, auto insurance, credit repair, debt relief, mortgage, life insurance, home insurance. Probably going to do like real estate wholesaling in there, but not yet. Fast Easy Health, medical insurance, in vitro fertilization, the opposite, the male version, like testosterone and HRT. Stem cells outpatient, which is like addiction, but you're not in an addiction center. You like live your daily life, and then just addiction. And then senior living. Well, it's senior living, not senior care. My mistake. Should know my own domain. It's assisted living, memory care, in-home care, independent living, and then hospice and palliative care. And I chose these because I actually had a few more. I also had fasteasylegal.com, but
yeah,
it just doesn't like, I wouldn't have any advantage there. Like legal's bad for Facebook ads. Like people don't click like if you can't run Facebook ads for a personal injury lawyer. Like if they don't have a personal injury case, it's not going to work. So I actually had like a 500 back and forth prompt ChatGPT thread, like narrowing these down. And it's anything that has a super high LTV is good for Facebook ads is basically the verticals. And I already have most of these. I added IVF and HRT for like, because I read a thing that by 2050, the average male sperm count is going to be 0 if something doesn't change.
That's pretty funny. Come on.
Do you think that's true with like just sedentary lifestyle, bad foods, microplastics?
No, I guarantee it's probably the plastic and sedentary lifestyle thing. It's like plastic is like the lead of our generation.
Yeah, and the radiation. So I'm gonna like try to tap into that, and then my goal is to like build these up to like worth as much as possible, I guess, but hopefully like 60 million or something. And then actually like start opening these retirement homes if I like know how the leads work and I have all the leads.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Open addiction clinics.
About that. Yeah.
Probably not anything, and I'm not gonna be an insurance agent or anything, but
no.
So yeah, because senior living makes a shitload of money.
Hi, I'm Matthew. My balls produce a lot of sperm.
Yeah, I'm Matthew. My balls. I can get
facility.
My girlfriend pregnant naturally. It's pretty good.
Dang, man, that's cool strat. I like that, Matt. Very comprehensive.
So that's what I'm gonna do, and I need to get I'm trying to get 30 million in the S&P 500 by December 31st, 2030. And that's like personal money that I've taken. Like I could probably, from a certain point of view, say I could just like, I'm on track for that. But for another point of view, not. Like to get that, you're going to probably have to take like 52 million out, like before taxes. And then you obviously don't take all of your profits out of the business. This is only like 5 years away. So I think trying to sell something for 50 or 60 million is the most realistic way.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. I mean,
and then I'm still running my business.
So it doesn't matter.
Like it has no impact on my current business other than I'm going to run the ads in those domains. So I'll get like an insane amount of traffic on those domains.
I think the main thing is just the time that it would take away, right? The opportunity cost of you not spending more time on your main business.
Yeah, I already hired 6 SEO people.
Is that why you did? You've done so much training because you just wanted it to have as minimal an impact as possible time-wise. You really think that this is just a time under tension sort of thing? If you can maintain tension for a long enough time.
Yeah, I think it could work, and my business is profitable enough. I could eat 200K a month in expenses if I didn't have to manage it. And then I think there's like a lot of these companies are public. Like Lending Tree's worth like 750 million in market cap, and they did 646 million in revenue with a net loss. I'm sure they purposely got a net loss.
For sure.
But I also thought it was interesting that these are like SEO sites in theory, but of their 696 million in expenses, I believe it was, like 650 million was spent on digital advertising. So there's no such thing as a real SEO site.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh no, that's a really good way of conceptualizing them all as SEO sites. I feel you.
Yeah, if you're an affiliate, you use like it's a content site, or they usually call you a publisher.
Publisher just means ads?
Publisher means you're a content site.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And a media buyer, and I would say you're on ads.
All right.
Nice. But yeah, I'm going to try to do it, and I think it could be good. It could be easy.
I mean, like, sounds like it could be profitable.
It's going to be easy. Yeah, it's going to be easy. I'll just put it on the to-do list. It's fine.
It's easier than you thought it would be, right?
Yeah, that's all.
We did this not because it was easy, but because we thought it would be easy.
It's a tremendous quote. A tremendous quote.
Cool, man. Well, Mr. Larson, we're coming up on an hour. We should probably shut the hell up, let our people get back to consuming 15-second short-form reels. What do you think?
Yeah, hopefully they got out of the day. You go back to watching Suits reels.
Yeah, Matthew's going to go back to watching Suits reels. You guys get back to watching Roblox. And I will watch some Subway Surfer footage overlaid with my face on top, because that's what the freaking WAP Creator Rewards guys are producing for me.
Yeah, like if you can't... Oh my God, I forgot about that. You can't even watch a short form without Subway Surfer on it. That's next level. Dude.
That's next level for sure. Anyway, Matt, had a great time chatting with you, man.